parquet garage, going for a short trip to go get EcoJet weighed. So if anyone's new to the channel, this is my 2004 VY V6 Executive Commodore that is forged and cammed, turbocharged, S1 sequential shifter on the T56, which I converted it from the factory Getrag manual. I've gutted a little bit from the inside, so there's no aircon or heating at the moment, and I've deleted a lot of stuff from the engine bay, so I'm curious to see where she sits weight-wise. So it's heading down to local public weighbridge. There's nothing fancy, no corner balancing or anything, but at least we can get a general idea of how heavy she is. So if you're watching this now, pause it, comment down below what you think it's going to weigh, and yeah, in a couple of minutes we'll find out, or a couple of minutes for you guys will find out. Just got to stop at the servo. I got to get some cash out because I only do cash there. Yeah, I think from memory the VYs weigh like 1750, 1780. I'm guessing I'm probably sitting bang on around that area still after everything has been, maybe even heavier, maybe even 1800 after all the turbo kit and exhaust is on. So it'll just be cool to see what it does weigh once we do get to the quarter mile and see what mile per hour gives. Just be good for some data. But yeah, I'll get back to you guys once we get there. Right, so just got it weighed. Sorry guys, I was going to film there, but there was a bit of I was pretty busy, and I don't think I really wanted filming there, but I got a photo anyway, so and I'll get a photo of a little bit of paper I wrote it on. So if you haven't guessed, here's another time for you to have a guess, and I'll put up the what do you call it? I'll put up a little bit now of how heavy it was. So there we go, 1620 kgs. That's with basically a full tank of fuel, nothing spare in the boot, nothing spare in the seats really. So that's, give or take, you know, just over 1600 kilos. I'm pretty stoked with that. I will need to Google what the actual factory weight is, and if I remember while I'm editing, I'll put a screenshot of it in here so you guys know compared. But as far as I'm aware, it was like 1730, 1750. Being 1600 and stuff, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty light. That will definitely help me down the strip. I may have to suss away maybe to get into 1500s. Obviously I still got to do some driver weight reduction, so I think 15 kgs down, about 11 to 12 kgs down at the moment. I've still got 20 more to go, so well, that alone there will be 20 kilos saved, and then that's obviously the weight with me in the car was 17 was that 1730, because I'm about, I'll hover between 107 and 110 at the moment. So yeah, ideally if I could get that to 1700 with me in the car when it comes time for racing, I'll be laughing. I think that's a pretty good weight. So that's that part of the video done, and I'm going to go home and I'm finally going to wire the Varex in. We'll be talking about it every video, but it's going to happen this time. We'll make a video out of it because it's been pretty short. That's quick and easy. I won't really explain how to do it. There's plenty of other tutorials online, but you guys can watch me do it, and then we'll test it. We'll pour out later on. We'll pour out the front, get it idling, and then we will open and close it so you can hear the difference. I might even go for another drive and close it while driving. You just got to remember, you don't boost it with the Varex when they're closed. Huge restriction, it can do damage, and your turbo sounds really choked up and makes weird noises. It's not good. But anyway, I'm going to leave this part of the video there. I'm on my way home, get the Varex done, and then I'm going to do some gardening. So yeah, keep watching. Appreciate if you do. All the views and time helps. So yeah, if you do make it into a video, let me know in the comments. It'll be really good. So back home, I'm going to get onto the Varex wiring, but just quickly, I don't think I've shown you guys this yet on the channel, but we painted the scoop. So my old man came over, he's a spray painter by trade, and we took that black crap off. That ended up actually not being the gel coat, that was actually like a plasti dip kind of thing that peeled off. Sprayed that, and now we got to spray the bonnet, which will be a task another time. I've cut it back, but you can kind of see on camera all the fadiness. That's a bit shit in this light, but anyway, the bonnet's cooked, so we're just going to spray it for the meantime till we do the whole car. But anyway, on to this. So have a look at what came in the kit and how I'm going to be doing it. So the Varex comes with a control box there. You can plug it into a cigarette lighter, or you can cut this off and wire it directly elsewhere. That's wiring that goes down to the muffler with a plug there. I'm going to reuse this, save me having to put another one on. And then 2 remotes. Now apparently these boxes here fuck out quite easily. So what you can do is you can install a switch, which I did earlier on. It's probably going to be too dark to see in here, but I installed a switch down below in there, and go up and down. So that's that. But for now, got to get this jacked up, run that wire into the boot. I'm going to cut this off near this Varex box, just because I've already got a hole in the boot underneath. So it'll be easy if I can just push that wire in. I can join these wires back together, no worries. So I'll just do that, and then at least everything under the car on that side of things is done, and then everything else is above. So I'm going to jack it up. I'm going to plug that in, push the wire up and through, and then we'll come back. There's no point doing that on camera. So I got that all in, wired and working off the switch. I tried it with the box controlled, so I could use a remote and stand outside the car, but the switch doesn't want to work when the box is in. So for demonstrative purposes, I can still plug the box in and just like jerry rig it to the battery, and then use the remote. So when I'm filming, I can do that, show it, open and close it, having a walk to the car. But mainly I want to use the switch because the box, there's no chance of the box failing then. But anyway, I'll get under the car and show you where I've routed the wires. Except mine, the upside down view. So got that plugged in there. And if you guys remember from the earlier video, I had no content, so I had this neon kit for a drift car I was doing, so I whacked it in, so don't mind that. And I just tucked it under all there. And then up there is where the ground for my battery relocation goes, and it tucks in behind the battery box. But not going to bother showing you guys that. It's all tucked away, hidden. And then another look at that switch that I put in. So in here, in the glove box, don't mind all this. Right down in there, see if you can see on the screen. Right down in there, that's toggle switch. There, the bottom of the screen, this one here. Ups to close it, downs to open it, and then I've got a switch there for the LED neons. So that's that all wired in. I think I've got about an hour, and the misso goes to work. She's on night shift, and then when everything's moving and whatnot, she's awake. Well, it's about an hour and a half. So in my time, hour and a half, you guys, next thing, I'll start it. We'll open and close it so you can hear the difference. The GoPro, it might sound just as loud because the GoPro is probably going to pick up a lot of the high frequencies, but in person it is way quieter. I might even get a noise dB meter on my phone, see if that does anything, but same thing. Phones tend to love the high pitched sound rather than the low end. It is considerably quieter anyway, but yeah, so we'll get on with that. Alright, so it's 8 PM at night now. It's all working. I've just hooked it up to the remote just so I can stand here and show you guys. So there it is, open. It's sitting around 75 decibels. So now we'll close it. and she drops right down, and in person that is so much quieter. Like I could be sitting at the lights and cops wouldn't even know, pretty much. That's sick. Right, just straight back up. So I hope that came through all right on the GoPro. You could hear the difference. I tried on my phone as well, so if the phone's better, I'll whack that in on top of this. I also got my stereo working again, because when I deleted all the AC stuff and ripped the dash out, I didn't put the earth ring back onto a well, ground ring, I guess you call it in this, onto any ground points. It didn't faze me because I didn't really care about the radio, but now that it is, you know, running and driving and whatnot, touch wood, that would be nice for some long drives at least, have a bit of music in the background. Yeah, so I got all that going, hooked up the speakers. I got a couple blown ones, so I'll be looking to get some new ones. Nothing too extreme because this car isn't going to be driven too much with my work and whatnot. Next, I need to raise the rear steel. I might raise the front a touch as well. I need to re-roll the front guard because there's a lip that's pulled up, it's cutting into the tyres, to stop it from rubbing a bit. I already did it once, wasn't high enough and they're uneven, so I have to spend a couple hours getting that perfect. I'll show you the board where I'm at anyway. So as you can see here, left rear, right rear, this is where they started, 620, 615, and after I did my adjustments, I measured the gap between the bottom of the spring perch and the bottom collar. They measured exactly the same, right here, 35 mil, and this is where it ended up in the real world. And now I'm at 635 and 625, so there's 10 mil difference. I need to raise it up about another 10 mil on the left rear and then get it matched on the right, and then we should be good. And then I'll match the front with the same height, the gap between the guard and the tyre, because the front will end up being a little low then. And yeah, it should be good from there. But I think it's enough content now to make the 10-minute mark. Yeah, I think at this point I'm meant to be going to work on Wednesday, hopefully. It is Thursday night now, so I've still got a few days. I might try figure out what else I can film, or if something comes up I'll film it. I've got this bumper here that I just cut last night to suit the HSD tail lights. You cut them down 30 mil and they fit. I've got that bonnet there, which I got dirt cheap, which I'm gonna sand back and give that a coat of paint, and then I might just cut a small hole for where the intake goes out and see how it looks, how obnoxious it is. If not, then that's there ready to try a different scoop. I wouldn't mind trying the D-Max vent style, which not the Isuzu D-Max, but the style D-Max, which is on a lot of drift cars and Japanese imports. I do like the look of that. I wouldn't mind getting one and getting it put on. So that's what I might try. Yeah, I'm just jibber jabbering now, so you guys are probably long gone, but if you're still here, thank you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week, hopefully.